Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Rune News. I'm your host, Ryan, and as always, it's bloody good to have you here in the audience today. My legs don't work that well, I apologize. This does not count as reps as exercise, unfortunately. Now, this is the live Rune News episode from the Subathon, as you can tell by the timer there, and the chat spreading propaganda over there. And this week's update was actually relatively slow and horseshit from Jagex, but they have made some exciting announcements for the future over the next few weeks, which hopefully we're still running the Subathon by that time. Excuse the squeaky floor as well, and the fisting of the mic because I've accidentally snapped it, so this is the best I can do in the meantime. Now, we're going to just move forward straight to the old school RuneScape update today, skipping over all the other horseshit. But I do have one question for you guys to answer in the comment section down below today while you're watching this video. And that's a very simple question. That question is, why the fuck are you not in the Subathon right now, watching this live like a real man? Hit the like and subscribe button down below while you're there. I greatly appreciate the support. And now I'm out of breath. My name is Ryan. You're watching Rune News live from Rune News HQ. This is Ryan. You're watching Rune News. This is Rune News, and you're watching Rune News. BTS. What's BTS? Isn't that some fucking Japanese band? BTS prep, whatever that means, and small fixes. Now, this is Jagex's pretty much a horseshit ass excuse for an update. This. Oh. Not only the staircase, that was meant to be a fake fall, but I've actually fucked my leg now. Fuck. Okay. Okay. Alright, okay, I'm actually fucked now. So, small fixes. We got a quiet week this week from Jagex because what they're pretty much feeding us here behind me is that sailing is coming to the game, and they're actually pushing for this. In the Summer Summit, they said sailing was coming. It's going to be sometime around August, maybe, what's after August? September or October, like after the Delve boss comes out, and it looks like they're actually pushing for that. That's why there's 15 minutes of downtime this weekend for the many weeks prior and likely the many weeks in the future, trying to get the engine work developed and ready to go. That's pretty much what all of this shit behind me says, with hopefully clue scroll changes coming next week, I think they said. I can't remember. They have fixed this crafting skill and thieving guide here. That was a problem, and they've added the mage book and aether runes to the in-game skill guides. I don't know where the mage book sits there, but that's pretty good, mate. So, yes, a lot of sailing work happening behind the scenes, so Jagex isn't really bringing a lot to the table. They're getting ready for Valamore Part 3, and then sailing will come along. New white mouse. Yeah, new white mouse. Very gay. They didn't have black in store, so we got the upgrade. We went with premium white. I'm on the fence whether I like this mouse or not at the moment, but we'll move forward for now. Looking ahead, so we have stackable clues coming hopefully early July, which could be as early as, well, 2 weeks from now. That could be the first week of July. Who fucking knows? They need to hurry the hell up with that shit. But next week, they're actually doing the first wave of summer sweep up combat changes, which is massive because that could be big TOA changes. It could be the nightmare changes. We don't actually have a fucking clue. But I thought this was coming in like 2 weeks' time. I think that's what they said initially on Reddit. It wasn't, 2 months' time after the Delve boss. So the fact that we're getting summer sweep up next week is actually kind of fucking big. And that's going to change the economy and the way that people do a lot of content in this game. It might just be the small, like, elemental spell changes. It's completely up in the air at the moment. But it's coming next week, which is a massive improvement, and honestly, I think that's a big push from Jagex, especially with how little content we're getting this week. Otherwise, merch update, which we're not going to talk about. Just come to the Subathon and have fun here instead. No one reads books or comic books these days. Just download it anyway. I'm sure it's free on the Pirate Bay. Key rings. You're not buying a fucking keyring from Jagex, trust me. Hell no. Community event, Mod Wars. This is where 2 teams get together. One moderator team is pro-Pride event. The other moderator team is anti-Pride event, and they battle it out to see who is the biggest gay in the community. So make sure you go by to Mod Wars and fight for your rights to be gay. Or I actually have no idea what it's about, but I've lost my mouse. There we go. Check out the Mod Wars if you give a shit. I don't, so I won't be there. And LMS is no longer on Oswald's this week, which means Daddy is no longer getting racist, at least in LMS. But here at the Subathon, we're always trying to slip out the rigor with the harder when we can, especially when we're ranging the Olm head. So make sure you come by, and I'll see you guys in the live stream if you're not here already. Shout out to the chat over there. The much anticipated part of Rune News, ladies and gentlemen. No spoilers this week, all right? Everyone remain calm. Here at Rune News, Geelong.runenews, also known as Geelong.live. During the subathon, I've had to keep my mouth shut, keep a tight lid on this week's RuneScape 3 update. I've been getting heckled by the chat all week. What's going on with Rune News and RuneScape 3 this week? What's happening? What's the RuneScape 3 update? I can finally now reveal to you all publicly and confirm this week and every week going forward. And don't worry, you'll get a reminder. But no matter what, until the end of time, RuneScape 3 is fucking dog shit. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Grand Exchange segment for Rune News. My name is Wade Green, and this week the biggest rise is the Light Bearer. Now, the Light Bearer this week seems to be skyrocketing along with the Fang. Next week, we're getting the first Summer Sweep installment, and there's a good chance that the TOA changes will be coming to the game. And if that's the fucking play, you're going to see some fucking skyrocketing prices over here at TOA. Back the fuck up. Don't go farming TOA for another week until we know exactly what's happening. Hold on to your items. Get ready to fucking sell them. You're sure to make a fucking profit in roughly 7 days' time. If it doesn't happen, you got a couple of months to keep farming, so it's a win-win for everyone involved. Now, the biggest loss of the week is the Soul Flame Horn, and rightfully so, because we've got fucking 6 of these in our fucking bank at the moment. 0 oath plate pieces, 800 KC. This item is a fucking joke, and it cannot be broken down into anything. Now, I know it's not made out of oath plate, but Jagex, you can actually stop this horn from dropping in price too heavily if you make it break into, say, 25 pieces of oath plate, or trade it to Yama for 25 oath plate shards. It's a simple fix. It'll make it worth about 5 mil at the absolute minimum when it starts to bottom out. Great item. Fucking terrible item to be getting consistently from Yama. You just want one, and then you want to fuck off, because now I'm being called Hornboy. 6th Hornboy is my current name. Not a big fucking fan. Fuck the horn, get one, get the fuck out. However, if you don't have one, now's a good time to buy, because it is an excellent spec weapon when in small teams and small little raids to help with the boys. Now, the Cypher Vitur has been closely watched here at Rune News over the past few weeks, and with the Delve boss coming very soon, we know it's going to be Demon Bane. We know it's going to be a demonic boss. Look at the fucking pictures. It's a big old devil head on the floor. What we're unsure about is what it's weak to. It was meant to be weak to Crush. They got rid of the Demon Bane Crush weapon. I personally think they're going to keep that Crush aspect. There's no way they do Yama twice in a row. Who knows with Jagex? So they might make it weak to range, and the Scorching Bow flies the fuck up. But at the end of the day, if there's anything melee based and if it's Crush based, we know Scythe will reign supreme unless Jagex decides to fuck us with another Demon Bane aspect. We actually have no fucking clue what they're going to do. The meta currently for Yama is to not use best in slot mega rare weapons, at least for the melee side of things. Will they keep that aspect? Who fucking knows? Keep an eye on the Scythe. If you've got the money, I recommend buying one, of course. It's been buffed. It's excellent with the oath plate. If you are not sure, sit on the fence for a little bit. Just play it out, learn some Tob, and maybe pull a Scythe yourself, like we're going to see in the future of this video with the OSRS moments. And now, of course, the mole slippers are fucking skyrocketing back up to where they should be. Now, the subathon is active, and this is where you kind of want to be. You want to be showing up to the subathon. You want to be watching that fucking timer very closely, because it may or may not hit 0-1 fucking day, and the mole slippers are directly related to the length of the subathon. The longer the subathon, the longer the mole slippers rise, the longer the dick in your pants. So make sure you grab yourself some mole slippers today while the subathon is hot and active. If you hit the subscribe button down below, that's 10 seconds on the clock for free. You don't have to do anything. If you've got a play body, you can flex it. That's 5 minutes on the clock for free, especially if you got it gifted. You're a fucking winner. So make sure you take advantage of this timer. Grab yourself some mole slippers today and become a rich cunt tomorrow. My name is Wade Green, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I have today for you. Have a good night. See you guys next week in the Rune News episode, Grand Exchange segment. Wade Green clocking out. Our first Ironman moment for the week, this week during the Subathon segment of Rune News, is a Scythe, the 11th Scythe going to overspec here. Not an Ironman, fortunately, which means you can sell it for some good cash. Hopefully there's a rollback, because there's an update timer there and we could lose everything. Always be careful. Log the fuck out now while you can. Don't do anything important. You never know. Jagex might surprise us with a juicy little rollback at some point. Very dangerous game plan right there with a Scythe. Our second Ironman moment for the week goes to an Ironman and a bot, exclusively, specifically Shangers, the bot, the Ironman that seems to keep pulling massive drops like this Dragon Warhammer here. The reason you can't see it and it's behind the timer is because, well, we don't want to expose too many of his botting techniques. Jagex might be able to find out his account too early before he river trades it off to another account or whatever the fuck he happens to do, because he always seems to be able to get all this money in game, all these bonds, all this membership, gamble all of this money away on the online sticky piggy, but then always has his accounts banned. I think he's real trading it off. What do you guys think? I won't expose his username this time around, We're keeping it hidden for his own safety. There's a current race war going on at the moment with him and his kind, so we've got to keep it civil. Here at Rune News, we sit on the fence and we just pick the winning side. And right now, it looks like Jagex might be losing this battle because Shangus just keeps getting away with it. Also, sorry for my head being behind the timer. My bad. And our final Ironman moment for the week goes to an Ironman, a group Ironman, I believe. His name is Gim Unalive, and he got, what the hell has he got? Evil chicken legs. I don't know if anyone gives a shit about that, but congratulations on the evil chicken legs. That's good, mate. Well done. You've done a good job, and we're going to round off the episode of Rune News this week right there with that beautiful announcement there. My name is Ryan. Ryan, thank you very much this week for tuning in. See you guys next week, or, you know, within the next 10 minutes in the subathon, because this timer, it's been over 2 days for the past 3 days, and I'm not sure if it's going to fucking drop any further. I don't think the chat's got the balls to keep it going, but who knows? Come watch me suffer. I'll see you guys in the subathon, and next week in Rune News. Have a good night.